Thokozani kubo bonke abantwana bethongo ngibingelele futhi kubo bonke abathandekayo. I am Matapelo, an indigenous prophet in Tandazig, and today I'd like to address the issue of finding the correct traditional healer, prophet, indigenous worker. Let me just say indigenous worker or healer or seer or whatever the case may be. The importance of finding the right person. How do you make sure you find the right person? All right, let's start with context. So emandulo, which is a long time ago, how it used to work is that each family, in fact each village, each clan had a mutiman that they would use and had a sangoma, right? So a sangoma in those days was somebody who will foretell the future, tell you of the present, the past, tell you where the errors are, and be the medium and communicator between us and our ancestors, right? And then once he was done telling you, right, A, B, and C, go to the mutiman. This would be ingaka, igedla, that will then prescribe the medicines that you need according to the diagnosis made by the sangoma. So in those days it was hard to get conned because they had a trusted maine healer, medicine man that they would use. All right, as time went by, families would find their own person. So kwankosi we consult at a certain place, kwashabalala we consult, kwadlamini we consult at a certain place. So you had an established relationship with this healer from your great grandfathers, and your father went there and your parents went there and you were going there. So the issue of safety was not an issue because of that. There was an established relationship with healers already, because besiphila ngabo, besiphila ngemithi, besiphila the indigenous way. So since times have modernized and most households have now subscribed to religion, you'll find that you might be the first breakout person who is seeking help from an indigenous healer. So it means that it is up to you now to find your healer or someone that will help you in whatever situation or problem that you are encountering. Right. So what we do before we seek help is that we siyapahla, right? Siyapahla, silayita impepho, sibatshele inkinga yethu. Bantu abadala ikhona into nje ABCD is not adding up. Ngifuna ukubona umuntu, ngicela lo muntu lo ningibonise yena, ningitholele indlela ukuthi ngikhona ukuthi ngixhumane naye lo muntu all right, the correct person ozokhona ukuthi athathe inkinga zami azisolve futhi angisebenze ngendlela right, you know, instead of just my friend goes to Dlamini, I'm gonna use Dlamini as well. Or you find random people. Even if you find random people, because I understand that this generation is an online generation, you need to pasha, right? I saw Gok Khadebe on YouTube. You know, she says she's from a certain city. Can I go? Tell me in a dream, show me a way. They will show you. For instance, the first time I sought out a consultation, this is what had happened, right? So my contact, I contacted a family relative and I told them that I need to consult now with an indigenous person. And what then had happened was she found someone from a newspaper, because I just didn't have the contact base for people like that, because again I was coming from a religious family. So what had then ended up happening was I called this guy, and the first red flag was that he asked me, what is your problem? Okay, so if you consult with me as a prophet, I can't start the consultation with what is your problem. You understand? I expect you to sit down, and once you sit down, I then tell you your problem. And after the consultation, I will ask you, do you have any questions that I have maybe not addressed in the news that your people have come to tell me. Okay, I need a certain I need a yes or no, should I travel overseas or whatever. Those questions may come afterwards, but I can't start your consultation with what is your problem. So this guy asked me over the phone, what is my problem? And then I went with it. I told him my problem from A to Z. These are my problems. Then I could tell over the phone that he was like, he immediately decided that, okay, this chick unesnyama, or yibhadi leli, or yichitho lezi, or yiqalekiso, I want charge the same time. Or at our sisi, wena mawuza kimi uphathe imali eso. So that guy basically was gonna give me a takeaway to go bath at home or something, and today I would still be sitting with those problems. And even worse, God knows, maybe he's a real con artist, maybe he would have been able to blind me or something like that, or atati inhlanhla zami. So there's a real danger in visiting the wrong people, whether you're gifted or you're not gifted, because some of you nine inhlanhla ezihambe egazini, ne? Umuntu uhambe kuwe uhlale phansi, umuntu abona ukuthi hey, wena uyothola uyoba the next maponya, you know, you're gonna get a mob, you're gonna go into construction, you're gonna get tenders from the government, and then they say no, sisingizokugcaba manje ngizokugcaba ngiyaqinisa manje, I'm gonna strengthen you, I'm gonna cut you a little bit, and you don't know the kind of medicines they're putting into your body. Kanti that person is exchanging his bad luck for your luck, and then after that you'll see that nothing is going right in your life. So it's very important that you see someone that you are guided to see. All right, so once you tell your ancestors, they will seek out someone. You might even find you have to travel a town or two to get the right person. Let me tell you something. The wrong person will show you red flags. It is up to you as a spirit being, whether you're gifted, you're not gifted, we are all spirit beings, to pick up the red flags and to follow your gut. And this is why we go through the process so that they are aware and they can make us aware as well of the things that we will encounter with that person. So if there are red flags, they are charging you before you get there. I mean, someone can charge you for consultation. That is something that, you know, all right, me, I charge 100,000 for instance, okay? But they can't charge you for your sickness before you even, before they've even established it. And number two, they can't be asking you what is your issue. Number three, if someone is counting their words and you are born with man, is number three, if they get things wrong. Number four, if there are certain things or certain secrets that you know that they should be seeing in the bones in their prophecies, and they are not saying those things, then you know that Baba Hulu, the ancestors you walk with, are hiding those things to protect you. You can go to one healer and get a limited amount of news, things you know. When izinto zingihambeli kahle wena uhambe komunye ambule izinto ukuthi la you're like, yo, okay, all right, thank God I went into this consultation alone, you know. So these are the red flags to if you get to a place and immediately you're uncomfortable. And I get it, if you're from a religious background, it happens in Dumba, you know, kunemithi, kunuka impepho, yazini, you know, you're scared, you're anxious. Those are normal feelings. But then there's feelings that creep down your spine, and your hairs, the hairs on your neck stand up. Those are all red flags. You are allowed to say, I'm sorry, I am gonna go now. All right, don't put your life in danger to be polite, guys. These things are very dangerous. So Pasha, before you seek out, you will get something. You know, you might open your Facebook page and you see someone that you really connect with. You're like, yeah, you I feel like I know you already. You might make those connections, and even when you make those connections, you pasha on it. All right, I saw a certain gogo on Facebook. Can I go here? And you look out for the signs. They'll tell you. Right, I was still telling you about that guy. So I still made an appointment because, guys, I had a lot of problems at the time. I had a lot of problems, and I was like, I'm gonna fix this money. I'm gonna go, okay. And so I set an appointment, and I kept sending this guy an address, and he kept getting lost. He ran out of time. He couldn't come. For 7 days I was trying to see this man, and my ancestors would just not allow it. So that is another red flag. And that is a courtesy you will get if you patla ubache. So they will be aware, okay, no, the person she's looking at, we must protect her from. You understand? Okay, so I'm done. Now we know that before you go consult, even after they say yes, you can go, everything's going well, you've communicated with the person, they send you the address, whatever, you are feeling this, all right, or it's all over the phone, whatever. Phahla before nibacela ukuthi ngicela nambule indaba zami, so that ngithole ingxazululo, because if someone is not going to see your stuff, how are they going to be able to prescribe a solution? Okay, so that is your visiting a sangoma etiquette, and be aware whether you gifted or you're not gifted. I'll say this again, you're a spirit being. When this tells you go, you go. You don't second guess it, you go. Don't think about, I spent so much money coming here, the petrol, whatever. Leave. You're allowed to leave. Okay? Alright, so I'm continuing the topic of the importance of finding the right healer. So I nearly got duped, and by the grace of my ancestors, they led me to the right person. And when I got there, I knew he was the right person, because when I arrived, he told me isimo ngifike ngaso, wahleka wathi ulahlekile. Ngathi yes, I did get lost. Literally, the GPS took me to another town. And when I got there, I was comfortable. When I got there, he told me things that I knew that not just anyone would know, and not just anyone would have these things revealed. And I was comfortable, I was warm. A lot of things, they resonated, and so those were the signs that showed me that indeed I was in the right place. So even to you guys that are dependent on the internet to find resources, again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, that sometimes no one in your house uses a traditional healer. The ones that do, they go under the, they go in secret, so they can't really refer you to anybody. So those of you who depend on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever the case may be, and you see a gogo that you resonate with, and you go, I feel her, and I feel like she would be able to kazulula my problem, to solve my problem. Listen here, you don't just go, you need to pasha and tell them that I've seen Gogo Matapelo. Okay, I've seen Gogo Matapelo. Can I go? You need to pasha and then wait for the signs. All right, wait for your gut to tell you. They tell you through thinking, through emotion, through dreams, through your gut. If your gut is saying, definitely, but pasha before you do anything at all, because someone might look very nice on YouTube's. Okay, they smile, they say all the right thing, and you get there and they show you the face of a lion. Okay, people are like that. People are very diabolical. Please, let's not be naive about this. And you guys by now probably know that I like to laugh, but it's really a serious matter. It's a serious matter. You get to the person's house, and then they do a 360 on you, or worst of all, they continue pretending whilst they take your treasures, whilst they do things that are not supposed to be done, whilst they steal inhlanhla zakho, and or bakufake ilwane. Next thing you get home, you are seeing snakes, you are sleeping with beasts. All of those things can happen after a visit to the wrong person. So this is why it is very very, 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 very important that you consult with your people first. And to the ladies that consult with men. There is nothing wrong with that. Not all men are monsters, but some of them are. So if you get to a place and immediately the person is fondling you, or they're talking about you need to sleep over, or they need to apply a certain muti through vaginal insertion or penile insertion, there's nothing like that. Imithi nocansi zange zahlangana, azange angeke nje zize zihlangane nje. Okay, so that is a molester. Run and do not look back. Okay, if you are feeling uncomfortable, if they are telling you need to be naked in a river, and then at least a man healer can then have a woman assistant that will be able to bath them, or whatever the case may be. But if you are feeling uncomfortable, you are feeling like, hey, this brother uyangishela, or whatever the case may be, even abogogo bakhona abogogo abastod that take advantage of young men. If you are feeling uncomfortable and if they are inappropriate, it is okay to get up and leave. Okay, because after that whole traumatic experience, they usually threaten people and they tell them, yeah, you know what, I'm going to turn your roses against you and I'm going to kill your whole family, and whatever the case may be. You don't want to be in that situation in the first place. Once you have consulted with the right person, you need to then trust the process, meaning bonke labantu laba abaneindaba eziningi ukuthi bona yikho into abangayazi la emhlabeni, ukuthi wena wahamba uyogeza ibhadi bewugeza nge-Dove soap, ngalokho ke leyo Dove soap ayikho leyo. Everybody has their own. I know my examples can be a little bit extreme, but everybody has their own way of doing things. I did explain earlier that it's culture specific, it's clan specific, it's Lozi specific, it's Gobela specific, it's spirit, it's Lozi specific, guys. You cannot. There are people who when they walk in, the spirit tells them, listen, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody does things the different way. The important thing is that they're doing the right things. Okay, so then you wait for the results. Once the results come and the results are positive, for instance, you went to consult angithole umsebenzi gogo, ugogo wakwenzela imisebenzi yakhe, you get that job. Guys, maintain a good relationship with your ancestors. You don't just say, oh, great shots, I don't care even if kiki entry level job. All right, you do msebenzi, even if you can afford a chicken at the time, do itiye ne chicken. Itiye meaning the ceremony in which you are now slaughtering a chicken, and explain to them that under the circumstances, I don't have the money to do a four-legged animal, but I hope that you can eat and share with the other ancestors and rejoice and open my ways and see that with this little that I had, I came to say thank you, so that you can open my ways further, and I will keep feeding you. All right, because by alarm baba pants. So what is the good of them blessing you if you are going to enjoy the fruits of their labor and your labor alone and let them starve? So it's important to sustain and maintain that relationship with your ancestors. Also use your faith. Okay, the Mgoma, the healer, the prophet that was healing you has a faith in that Kamba, has a faith in that Pande, has a faith in that Muti, to say that when I pass this on, when I pass this washo on, I know for sure it will work. So you going to Pepereza, also is a disturbance in your journey to healing, in your journey to achieving whatever you want. Ukuvala isifuba, to keep things to yourself sometimes is the best way to go until you see results, or you don't see results, in which we come back to the drawing board and you ask your ancestors to redirect you to the place where you're supposed to go or what to do. What is supposed to happen is that when you consult with somebody, they are supposed to then see what is the problem. Okay, we see the symptoms of the problem. You're not getting a job, you're not getting this, you're not getting that, you're frustrated, you are sick. But what is the cause? All right, here is Gogo Makumalo. She is your great-great-grandmother from your paternal side. She is not happy. She is not happy about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Sometimes you find it's a small issue. Makumalo just wants a picture of herself in her house. You put that picture there in her house and she is happy. Or sometimes there's an ancestor you're leaving out in Manipasha. and that is the ancestor who has your things. And so your Mgoma is able to tell you, okay, no, just go and phahla. And that's the importance of finding the right person, is that they're not always going to go big when it's not necessary. Awugezwe, awuthini, kanti inkinga incane. The solution to the problem, it's a small thing that you have to do. Just call her name when you phahla. Just put her picture up. Just go and visit the grave every now and again. So when you visit an honest person who knows what they are doing, they can then see what the root of the problem is, expose that, and find the simplest way of solving it without having to, now you have to pay 5,000, pay 7,000, pay this, buy that, buy that. So this is very, very, very important that you follow this process before you go and visit Mgoma, even in finding your right healer, in finding the right person you're going to consult with, either when you have a problem or to go and check if your things are going okay, because that also is important. So I hope this video has been helpful. Oh my, oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. In the comments, please leave any suggestions, anything you want me to talk about. And I really want to say that I do appreciate you guys, okay? Some of you WhatsApps me, right? You WhatsApps me, you check on me. I appreciate it. Badimo le badimo, baletse hantle. May God and the ancestors do you good, do you well. May your ways shine, may they open, may you be expanded, and may you be blessed to the sun. Come on.